All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we have Yoni Rios, who is an investor and entrepreneur. Yoni, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just amazing. Thank you for having me on, man.
Of course, thanks for coming on the show, and we like to jump right in. So if you don't mind telling us a little bit more about yourself and what you like to do for fun, that'd be great.
Oh man, first of all, I'm from Southern California, 33 years old. For fun, I do two things. I challenge myself to do some, kind of like cool things and wake up earlier, go to the gym kind of early in the morning and play. So what here in America we call it soccer, but I like to play football, soccer. So
Yeah,
I like to do that. I'm very into inspired by sales and personal development. So those are the things that I like to do as far as fun.
I gotcha. I gotcha. And tell us a little bit more about what you mean by investor and entrepreneur. Those words cover a wide array of areas.
Yeah. So in the investing space, we've created some good revenue through the years in business, and we run a family-based trucking business for 10 years now, and I've been in the space for 15 years. And once you develop pretty good skills and systems, you acquire some money and then you invest. So now I heavily invest in real estate, from flipping to wholesaling to developing real estate.
I gotcha. So are you still actively flipping and wholesaling, or have you moved from the flipping and wholesaling to focus on development?
No, we're actively doing the three of them. Wholesaling, maybe a little bit more on the buy and hold than flipping, because that's where wealth is created. But still doing the wholesaling, still doing the flipping. Obviously with the whole market changing and all across the US, we're still being a little bit more conservative with the numbers now, but we're still actively doing a little bit of everything. But my main source of business is the trucking business and brokerage. That's what I've been doing for a very long time. And now, I've acquired a substantial amount of experience, and now I'm teaching other people. So I'm coaching people, whether it's in trucking business, personal development, and real estate.
I gotcha. And so, what does it take to succeed in the trucking business? Is it a marketing thing? Is it a relationships play? Is it just getting inventory trucks and hiring drivers? How does that work?
I think it's a little bit about everything. I think more than anything is you just got to put the right people in place, the systems in place that you can delegate to find what are people's strengths in certain areas and delegate to that, and as well as figure out what are your strengths. I know what are my strengths, and I kind of pour down into those. I may be not as good as certain areas, but I'm pretty good at dispositioning the trips, and I'm very good at hiring, but that's not the best use of my time as far as drivers. So obviously sometimes you gotta do whatever it takes and you just get the job done, but we don't like to get into that habit. So I think to succeed in the trucking business, the most important, and you need it in any type of business, is you need discipline.
Mm,
Discipline, because you can just the way you can create a good amount of revenue in the trucking business, you can have a pretty big expense. We just rebuilt an engine, and just to rebuild an engine is $28,000. So when the market was doing good, we saved a good amount of money. So when we had to rebuild it, you don't have to tap into your savings. You do have a just kind of like a repair, I would say, account you allocate to that. And that takes discipline, because the average person, you see 30, $40,000 there, they will want to spend them, but we're not attached to the money because we know that there's probably a big expense going to come throughout the later down the road, and you allocate money to that. So that's what I think. It just takes, I believe it takes discipline.
I gotcha. And when you're talking about dispositioning the trips, is that planning out the trucker's routes? Is that getting the accounts for the trucker to, um, move the goods? What does dispositioning the trips mean?
Yeah, so we have two areas in our trucking business. The first one's our asset-based fleet, and the other one we have our brokerage side. So, we deal a lot with owner operators, self contractors, 1099s, and we give them like a job, pretty much like a subcontractor job that it requires to take a trip to New Jersey, Texas, whatever. So I'm really good at dispositioning the trip to them.
Oh, I see. I gotcha. I gotcha. So in a sense, it's kind of like a wholesaling in the trucking business where you get a
It's
job and then you pass it to
It's
That's
exactly the same thing. Is just obviously with wholesaling, we deal with my biggest wholesale fee, our biggest wholesale fee is 84,000, right? Here with the trucking business is a couple $100, $300, $400, but I can easily pop 5 to 10 a day, easy, just on my own. On pretty lucrative ones. So I'm really good at that. I'm really good at that. So I know that's where my strength is at, as well as acquiring these new accounts, building relationships. That's where I'm good at. And I've been in sales all my life, so that's what I understood. That's what my strength is at. But as a leader, you gotta understand. I think it's like a lot of people, especially when you're in a hustle mode and a solopreneur, we don't understand the difference between the integrator and the visionary, right? But I think overall it requires discipline, and once you have the discipline to do anything in any business or any sport, you raise your self-awareness, and by raising your self-awareness is when you're able to see these things that I'm talking about.
I've got you. You've talked to us a little bit about discipline now. Tell us your take on discipline and how to develop it as an individual.
Discipline super simple. Start with small assignments. It could be as easy as waking up at if you usually wake up at 7, wake up at 6, and you build that for 7 days. Once you build that 7 days, the goal is to get to 28 days, and once you do that, the goal is to get it 90 days. Once you're able to get small wins, they compound. It's just like the compound effect, right? The book, and they compound over time, and that's how you develop discipline, and it becomes second nature to you. So like to me, I started journaling 8, 9 years ago, and to now, it's just second nature to me to journal every single day, like for one of the first things in the morning.
Yeah, I gotcha. Building those habits, starting small, and then stacking the small wins, they compound into bigger wins, and then you can start doing the action more.
Correct, correct.
I feel that. Well, awesome. Tell us a bit more about your motivation. What really gets you up and keeps you going every day?
I think my motivation, I think it's just being reaching and being the best version of myself. So every day, I think at my lad was the one that I heard it from says that, God gave us on what's it called, untapped potential, like unlimited potential, and will we reach that when we get to the other side? When we die, will we reach that?
Yeah, yeah, no,
So that's my biggest thing. Is like I want to be the best version of myself, and I know kind of like eating sluggish, going to sleep late, drinking and alcohol, etc. Those things that's not serving my purpose. So and just being I think just being a different, like I know we as a whole, as a country, as a community, we talk about the things that are going across the globe, but the best way to serve your country is to be the difference from. So that's it. I just want to be the best version of myself. I know it sounds cliche because everybody talks about it, but I'm really really inspired by being the best me, from the way that I speak, that just the way I tapped in 4 minutes late until our meeting, and I was disappointed because that's not who is the best version of myself. The best version of myself has to be on time at the. But when the stuff does happen, we gotta pivot, right? Hey, you know what? I'm sorry I was late, but we take it off. I'm gonna kill it in this podcast. We're gonna kill it.
yeah, there we go. Being the best version of yourself, being the change you want to see in the world, and leaving it all out on the field. I think that's great stuff to get you up and keep you going every day. Um, well, cool, man. Yoni, tell us about your dreams and goals. Tell us about your vision for your businesses and your life.
The goal for me right now is in obviously in the real estate space, it's 100,000 a month in the passive side. That's more of a financial side, but with the current income, I'm okay. I've always dreamed of. Actually I couldn't even dream this big when I was kind of getting started when I was a teenager. So that's what it is. I will say that my goal for the next year, it's more of a physical goal, because I know if I can achieve my physical goal, um, the financials and the business, it only follows, because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So I want to get to, I was a pretty much, I would say, the top performing athlete. And I'm 33 years old, so I want to get to 33 years old and being able to run a mile under 6 minutes. That's only my goal I can see this year, honestly. And I want to go on a 50-mile run this year.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you want to run a mile under 6 minutes and go on a 50-mile run.
Correct. Yeah. So
Do you want to
that's
run all 50 miles in under 6 minutes per mile?
no, 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 no. I just have like crazy days. Like, dude, I want to go on a run today. I'm gonna pop 15, and like 2 weeks ago, I went and I popped 27. And I never ran past 30. So, but once you push yourself in a physical matter, it just everything else just follows, right? The business, this because I'm disciplined because I wake up early and I go whether it's on a walk, on a workout, etc. So that's the reason why. And obviously build my, just I want to earn more, work less, and I want to earn more with less people. So
Yeah,
it's very structural. The goals that I have is very clear and vivid. But yeah, I want to earn more, work less with less people. I like small teams. Yeah, I mean we do a killing. We do a gross 12 million last year in the trucking business with staff of 6 people in my office. So it's pretty we do pretty well for ourselves.
dude, you're literally killing it.
No, 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 no. It's just a byproduct of your hard work, and I'm here every single day, super disciplined. And that's just the way. I love it. Just love what I do. I never in a million years did I think I was going to be moving trucks across the nation, and it's not really that I'm obsessed with that is I'm just obsessed with winning and just being here on time every day and moving the loads, assigning the trucks. That's part of winning.
I gotcha. And so where are y'all at in passive income right now for real estate?
Ah, 12,000.
12,000. Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah. I
What do
mean,
you
it's not a whole lot, but I know I can achieve the 100,000 like in 3.5 years. That's the goal.
3.5 years, 3.5 years. And
So
are you buying single family, quadplexes? Are you buying multifamily, self-storage? What you buying?
I'm into the small single family and single family. Small single family is small multi, I'm sorry, small multifamily and single family. Anywhere from a duplex, triplex, and fourplex, and a lot of single families. The multifamily that we're developing, we're usually tearing down a unit and building four. That's the development play. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's super simple. My team has a lot of Airbnbs. I only have myself, I have 15, but my partner manages a little bit over 50, owning about half of them, himself, and another 15 on my end. So we have a decent amount of portfolio if you just kind of look back that I only got invested in real estate 6 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so and that's my main thing. My main thing is that I want to spread the fact that being kind of like I was a felon at 18 years old, and being an immigrant from another country, that really doesn't dictate your future. It really dictates your circle of influence, your discipline, and how just committed you are to your goals and to just getting to the other side. So, regardless of your race, skin color, ethnicity, or where you're from, it doesn't matter, man. If you have a deep, deep desire, there's a lot of opportunities out here. We live in the land of opportunity, regardless of what the media says, what people say. Because right now, people are, they believe in the dumbest shit. Excuse me, the dumbest things, because of what the politics that they've played a huge part of people right now, and they're very involved with everything that happens with elections and everything. And I do agree, but our part is just go vote and that's it. And everything will get worked out. And all that happens to distract you from your real life. Your only duty, my duty as a parent, is to serve and to be a good parent, not to be over here complaining of what doesn't happen and what happened. So like I said, I think the best way to serve is to be the difference. And yeah, I'm just inspired. Every day I'm pumped. I'm part of several accountability partners, and I'm usually the one that's more lit, and I'm just super high on life, man. I don't do drugs, by the way, but I'm just really high on life.
I gotcha. So what made you make the switch from felon at 18 to the disciplined, wealthy person you are today?
So I made a bad decision on a hit and run at 18 years old. I was never like involved with drugs or nothing like that until later on that I took a wrong path But when I made that wrong decision, it was more a scarcity. But even something as, I did do my ceremony speech there in high school. I did graduate with a 3.8. I did have several opportunities to go to private universities, but one small change can really take, kind of change the trajectory of your life. And it did for 3.5, 4, 5 years because I was on formal probation for 5 years. And so I was always a good kid, but that really was a blessing because that reinforced that nothing is easy in this world, right? And now it's my belief that regardless of being incarcerated, you can still change your life. So I was never like a bad kid growing up. I was always, good grades. I was very involved with sports, but just one bad decision can really change everything away. Just the way the youth that I see a lot that they drink and drive and they kill people, and unfortunate, right? But it's just one bad decision can really mess everything up. So I'm here to just kind of like say, hey, we might have taken a bad decision, but we also manned up. We took accountability, and we're here to be the difference.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I love it. I guess beyond. Well, cool, man. So right now we got $100,000 in a month in passive income from real estate in 3.5 years. You want to run a mile under 6 minutes this year. You want to go on a 50-mile run. You want to earn more, work less with less people. Any other dreams or goals that you want to add to that?
My one of my dreams is just to retire my parents. That's one of my goals, and honestly, just go to a World Cup. I'm a big soccer fan, so I want to go to a World Cup. I couldn't make it to the last one, so I want to go to this one, and it's all because I'm still fixing and working on my immigration paperwork so I can leave the country. So it's only that. So that's kind of one of my dreams growing up as an athlete. That's whether you like football, I'm sure you being in the Super Bowl is one of the you like baseball, being in the World Series. So that's one of my goals, one of my dreams, and go to England to enjoy a good football match over there. So those are I don't really I'm a pretty simple guy. I wear polos every day, just the hats every day. I'm pretty simple. I think the biggest things that matter to me is always doing my best, not taking anything personal, just like the four agreement says, and not making assumptions and being impeccable with my word. That's really the things that matter to me. Uh, that's all, man. That's all. Those are really the things that matter to me, and being a good example to my son and all the youth that I have influence on.
Hmm, I love it. And so, at what point will you be able to retire your parents? Are you gonna have to hit that 100,000 a month in passive income first? Is it gonna be before that?
Oh no, it's gonna be way before that. I'm anticipating 2 years that's where I'm able to retire them based on my kind of the performa on myself, my financials. I think 2.5 years we should be able to retire them.
For sure. There we go. Well, what are the top 1 to 2 skills that you need to develop right now to make these dreams and goals come true?
What are the one or two skills you said, right?
Yep.
Continue to push myself every day, being a little bit more disciplined at, kind of like going on those 50-mile runs, 30-mile runs, whatever. That really gets me going. And I know for a fact, once you're, running mile 28, none of the cars, the luxury cars, none of that matters. So just being very disciplined with who I spend my time, my financials, my energy on. I think that's a skill set that sometimes we deviate from it because of everything that's happening, whether it's politics, religion, sports, everything. So, but and we just give our energy being irresponsible to anybody. I like to say that you give your energy to the people, not you, right? But someone cuts you off. Are you going to give them your energy or not? Are you going to flip them off or not? Are you going to like go and break check him? Not because that's not worth your energy. So being very conscious of my energy. I think that's a skill set that I can that still has a lot of room to grow. And another skill set, I would say just kind of like cut the fat, which is cut my expenses a little bit more.
Mm,
Because you just tend to earn a little bit more money and then you spend a little bit more, right?
yeah,
What good does it do 100,000 a month when you're spending 110,000? Not that I do, right? But yeah, I mean, it really doesn't cost a lot to live. But my needs are very, very little, but the current luxuries that sometimes I have are probably exceeding the what I actually need.
I gotcha. I gotcha. There we go. Well, what are the highest impact daily actions that are going to tick the needle forward towards your dreams and goals?
Oh man, continue with my journal. I've been journaling every day, getting a good workout in the morning, getting my prayer, my meditation, everything exactly that I do. And I've implemented a cold shower every day. So I've been implementing that for this year. I did it about 4 years ago, and I did see the quantum leap that I did that year. So now I went back to it.
I gotcha.
So that's it, and that's what I call my miracle morning from the book, The Miracle Morning from Hal Harold.
Mm, I love it. You a big reader?
Um, Pretty good. I'll say I'll read about 25, 30 books a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so I like it. I like that. And now I'm into like Stoic philosophy, ancient philosophy. I'm a little bit into that and personal development. I like I like to, I think success leaves clues, and it's good to read these books and then which ones you analyze and which ones you apply. That's really gonna dictate your life. And I think Stoic philosophy has a lot of wisdom. And we can all apply to it.
For sure. Well, what character trait do you most need to develop right now to make your dreams and goals come true?
Mm, I think character trait, speak less, less is more. So speak less, listen more. Growing up, I was always an impulsive kid. You would tell me something, and I wanted to be right. You can always get better at that skill, but I'm still not where I want to be with that skill. So I want to speak less, listen more.
Mm,
Just be more still, be more in stillness,
I
which is
gotcha.
part of Stoic philosophy.
Yeah. I'm curious. When it comes to listening more, I feel like listening more also comes with asking more questions, being more curious. And so, what is a really good question? What's the best question you've ever been asked that led to a pivot in your life, if any, if you can think of one?
That they've asked me.
Yeah, that you've been asked or that you've asked, just a real your go-to question that really changed your life, or you use it to ask people to help them change theirs.
I've been asked a question that it really got me thinking, and it's like, when is enough?
Mm,
And I don't think one of my mentors told me that, and it really hit me when I asked him. He's like, appetite always gets bigger.
yeah,
So when you reach the 100,000 a month, it's not even gonna be, it's partially it will be the money, but a lot of it won't. It's like I want to keep winning. So I'm sure the next goal is gonna be $250,000 a month in passive, right? And it's not about the money. Like I said, I eat chicken teriyaki every day. So it's not really about the money. It's not what it's just that's the next goal, right? That's the next goal. So yeah, I think that's a very important question. When is enough? And I understood that like it's never enough, and it's not like a goal. It's not about the money. It's just that that's the next thing in line.
it's about
That's the
growth.
next goal in
Yeah.
line. It's about growth, because once you stop growing, you're pretty much dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if for us that are into personal development and perseverance and being the best version of yourself, right? There's nothing wrong with being different from us. We're just different people. I'm a different type of people. That's what I think. That's what I believe. Like we're just all meant to be different, and that's what I like, and that's what I believe on.
For sure. If there were one or two people you could meet right now, and this could be a specific person or a type of person, and they'd really help you take that next step towards your dreams and goals, who would they be and how would they help you?
Um, Honestly, it wouldn't be more. I think it would be like Tom Brady, just because I'm super freaking blown away by his like diet and lifestyle, and the way he like he didn't do weights, he did resistant bands, and I want to ask because I read his book, right? And I think that would just help him. I got the opportunity to meet Kobe, and he was just full of wisdom. I think that, and maybe Patrick B. David, just because he's obviously his topics now that he shares in social media, they're a lot less with entrepreneurship. They're more on marketing and whatever, traveling, news, and presidents
Yeah,
and politics. So I would just want to understand his thought process. That's it. Honestly, I don't really it sounds pretty probably arrogant on my end, but I don't really idolize or respect anyone like that. I think we're all the same. I think I consider myself as sharp as Patrick B. David and as sharp as Tom Brady. I may not have the Super Bowls, but I do consider my self esteem and confidence is pretty damn high.
I feel, hey, I respect it. That's the way. I think that's the way it should be.
Yeah, yeah. I don't idolize anybody. I respect. I watch a lot of soccer and I enjoy it, but until there, I like to really dive into like kind of like a coaching standpoint because what I've played and I coach my son in the traveling teams, and I like that. But nothing with idolize. Like right now, that basketball, I'm blown away by Lakers. I gotta so yeah, man, that's really I don't think I have a specific person, but yeah, just Tom Brady, just because he's a freaking legend.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, now we're gonna jump into our thriving three. And first question: what's your favorite book, movie, or podcast? Pick one.
Book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. What'd you like about that one so much?
Oh my God, because if you can really understand those three drifting things that we do, which is like speaking without, and that's what I said that I need to work on: speaking without thinking, overeating, and the sex drive. If you can control those three things, you can control anything, because those are just three strongest forces as a human species has.
Yeah,
So that, and also a lot of the times when me as a minority, growing up riding the wrong car, riding the good car, people honestly, the masses will seem like you're the bad guy, like you're actually the bad guy. So it just kind of validated, no, that this is the hardest working guy. That's why he has the nicest house and the nicest car, because of his hard work.
yeah. No, 100%. I love it. What is one
So
way? Oh, keep going.
and you said a book or movie, right?
Yeah, you can go movie too.
Oh, well, I was gonna let you down on that one because I don't really watch movies. I
No,
was
no,
gonna, I was gonna like, oh my bad, I don't watch movies.
no, you're good. It was pick one, so
Okay,
book is
okay.
fine. Book is fine. What's one way you like to take care of yourself?
Go on a good run.
Go on a good run.
Yeah, like 5 miles, 3 miles. Yesterday I popped 3 miles. Today I'm gonna pop another three. So it's just go on a good run. That's the I release endorphins and I sweat a little bit. I feel good after a run. I think that's the way I like to take care of myself.
There we go. What's one action step you can take right now or continue to take if you're already doing it to meet Tom Brady or Patrick Bet David?
Um, so I started doing a little bit more of like the social media Rios videos, and I think if I stay consistent with that, which I am, stay consistent with that, it will soon reach those people that I need to reach.
There we go.
It's
Stay
just a matter
consistent
of
with
time.
social
Two,
media.
two, 2 years, but people was like, "Oh, how are you gonna post every day?" Yeah, I mean, you just gotta stay disciplined. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. I love your
It,
perspective on life.
yeah, I mean, it is. The first time a lot of people have trouble saving money, and that was one of my biggest struggles right there. My first mentor or second mentor ever told me, have the easiest way to save $5,000 is saving $1,000 5 times.
Mm,
Just stay disciplined. And that was honestly, that was the simplest advice and the best advice that he had given me, because he asked me if I've ever saved $5,000, and I said no. He said, "What about 1,000?" I said yes. He's like, "Just do that 5 times," and then he walked away.
simple man,
And yeah, and then he said, "Just stay disciplined." And I stayed with it, and I just stay disciplined every day.
for sure. I love it. We got our final section of the podcast now. It's all about limiting beliefs. So I'm excited to chat with you about this because I'm sure you'll have some accurate takes on it. What's one limiting belief that continues to pop up in your life, if any?
Limiting belief.
Don't
No, I
have any.
can't. Uh, Honestly, I really believe I can do anything.
Yeah.
Maybe like I'm not attracted to like school or nothing like that. So like I don't want to go back to school, but maybe that, like going back to school and get a degree. But because it's just so boring for me. But I really genuinely and don't believe I have a limited belief.
Yeah.
Um, and I try to think, but then I just can't find one.
Do you ever have do you ever have limiting thoughts come to your head? Maybe you don't believe them, but these thoughts run through your head and you have to either reject them or insert a new thought. or is that not
Yes.
even, you don't even have doubt?
Yeah, like thoughts, like negative thoughts. I would just say like waking up extra early in the morning and I have like, dude, just go back to bed. It's cold outside. Those are the negative thoughts that I have. And I just do the 5 second rule that Mel Robbins talked about his book, The 5 second rule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up.
Yeah.
Um, I just try not to think. I'm not the brightest person, but yeah, it's just super simple. I like to keep it simple.
Yeah. There we go. Well, we really got one last question for you. I had a really good feeling that that's how you were going to answer these questions. And so I'm glad that's where you're at.
Oh no, thank you. And it really is really just I've been working on my personal development for 10 years plus. I mean, I've been very intentional for about 6, 7 years. And really that's really who you become. You become very self-esteem pretty high, confident on certain subjects, and you just believe in yourself. I really do. I just really genuinely believe I will be one of the guys that will impact the world in maybe 4 or 5 years or 3 years. I just need to stay disciplined.
Yeah, 100%. Well, cool, man. Our last question for you is, what's your favorite belief about yourself?
Favorite believable that favorite belief about myself that I'm enough.
Yeah,
Like I am enough, and it talks about it's about affirmations that I do every day, that I love myself, that I respect myself, that I'm impeccable with my word, and I am enough. Like whatever it is that it's like, so yeah, I guess my confidence.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, my confidence. So I I don't know. I just don't take any rejection or objections personal, and I just like, okay, well, they weren't ready for me.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well,
So I
awesome.
think that's
Yoni,
yeah. No, I hope I didn't keep it too simple, man. But at the same time, I wish whoever listens to it, they understand that you don't need to be the brightest guy. You don't need to be, my English. I learned English as a second language, and you can still get to wherever you want to go.
no, this might be one of the most powerful podcasts because it's like, yeah, just discipline. Like, decide what you want to do, decide the disciplined effort you need to do to get there, and then be disciplined. It's like,
No, that's it.
yeah,
One of my coaches says this: in a world full of undisciplined people, it's so easy to win because
yeah,
all you have to do is be disciplined.
100%.
That's really it. You just don't overspend if you're struggling with money. You just stay committed to your macros or your diet if you're trying to lose weight. So whatever is it that you're trying to do, and if you're like, let's just say if you don't really want to drop the weight, then don't be disciplined. That's fine. It's just that simple.
Yeah,
You get in life what you put into it.
for sure. Well,
So
awesome.
I I really hope that we drop some type of value. I like to keep it simple. And that's it, man. If anybody has any questions, you guys can reach me. I'm on Instagram, very active, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, Yoni Rios, Yoni Rios 07 on Instagram. And yeah, if anybody's interested as well, like it has deals that they want to run by me on the real estate side, I would love to. I'm in the Los Angeles market and the Atlanta market.
There we go. Well, if you guys are listening to this and you loved what Yoni had to say, make sure to hit him up. All the links to do so will be down in the show notes. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you on the next one. And on that note, we're out.